Caught us some dinner. Let's go. I'm sure everyone's starving by now.
Okay.
Dinner is served.
Come on, everyone. Let's eat.
Okay. Okay. It looks so good. Smells so good. It's Ricky-chan! Yay!
What happened to eating?
Come on, let's play. Ricky-chan. Come on. Please, please, please.
Aniki.
What's wrong? Something going on?
It's the boss. He's been shot.
Yes, of course. Just a moment. Chairman, it's for you.
Who is it?
They said you'd understand if I mentioned the deal.
This is Dojima. Yes, we've discussed this before. I told you I'm not interested. That's right. Let me reiterate. The Tojo clan wants no part in this. I've already given you an answer. Add as many zeros as you want. I'm not going to budge. Goodbye.
Chairman. May I presume that the phone call just now was about the Okinawa deal?
Meaning?
Respectfully, sir. At the moment, Hakuho payouts are the only thing keeping the Tojo clan afloat. And this Okinawa business, if we accept, it would mean an immediate windfall. Enough to last us through the next decade. A cursory estimate puts our returns at 100 billion yen, and that's the low end. Not only that, if we did him a good turn now, he might prove a vital government ally in the—
Enough! I don't need reminding. But nothing changes. No one's taking that land.
Because of the fourth chairman, sir?
After all he's done for the Tojo clan, it wouldn't be right stealing the one place he belongs. Driver.
Yes, sir.
Take us back to HQ.
Sir, what about the banquet later this evening?
Cancel it. First things first. I don't want anybody trying to push this deal through behind my back. I need everyone on the same page.
Welcome back, sir!
Chairman,
What is it?
you have a visitor? They arrived a little while ago.
Who?
Well...
What?
It's true, sir. I didn't believe it myself, but there's no mistaking him.
And where is he?
Already in your office, waiting for you.
Got it. Kazuma-san. But you were dead.
Sorry for the surprise.
What's this?
Something the chairman very much needs right now.
A deed? To the land in Okinawa? But that property belongs to the 4th chairman.
I'm aware. You wouldn't allow yourself to take the land from Kazuma Kiryu. Which is why we stepped in on your behalf and secured the deed ourselves.
But why do this?
We're not in a position to let the Tojo clan walk from this deal.
Don't understand. I've already made my decision. I don't want anything to do with this.
You may want to reconsider, Chairman. With 30,000 members to support, can you really afford to refuse?
Maybe not. But tell me, Kazuma-san, what if I do?
You'd be making a very big mistake.
Sir,
Where's Nagahara?
he's in the operating room.
And? Is he okay? How's it looking? Damn it!
Saki-chan, I'm so sorry.
Saki. Hey, are you alright? Do we have any idea who did it?
Nope. He and the little lady were alone when it went down. Guy came in, shot him right in the stomach. A lot of hits.
Another family out for revenge?
No. I think it's got to do with the land deal. The deed to the property, it's gone missing from the office.
What?
It's gotta be those Tamashiro assholes. They've been gunning for us non-stop, ever since last year.
I don't think so. The guy doesn't look like one of theirs.
What is it, Saki?
I've never seen him before.
I don't believe it. This man shot him?
Wait, Uncle Kaz, that's...
Aniki, this guy. You know him, don't you?
Yeah. He's the man who raised me. Kazuma-san. Who died in my arms.
So, you're off then?
We are.
Right. Well, I'm glad I caught you before you're gone.
In December of 2005, I lost someone very precious to me. But now that I look back on that one day, 11 years ago, perhaps our fates had been sealed from the very start. Back when I was still a part of the Tojo clan's Dojima family, there were only 3 people in the world I would call my family. One was my best friend from the orphanage where we grew up, Akira Nishikiyama. Another was the man who took me in and raised me like his own son, Shintaro Kazuma. And the last was the childhood friend I'd always loved, Yumi Sawamura. After having lost my parents at a young age, one day, right before my eyes, was the lifeless body of the Dojima family patriarch. He had tried to force himself on Yumi, and paid the price with his life.
Oi, しっかりしろ。錦、Yumiを連れて逃げろ。
でも、お前は。
行け、錦。Yumiを頼む。行け！
I couldn't bear to lose either of them. So I did what I had to do.
食事、始め!
I got 10 years. While I did my time, I got word of my expulsion, and I found out that Yumi had disappeared. I was branded for patricide. When the Tojo clan cut me off, I felt like a kite without a string. Even so, there was someone on the outside who still remembered me.
Oh, yes.
The man I considered my father. When I made parole, I set out to find him, to reunite with him, and to learn about everything that happened during the 10 years I spent in prison. I finally returned to Kamurocho. A lot had changed about the city.
直系組長の皆さんがいるこの場で3代目に伺います。東都銀行の貸金庫にあった組の金100億盗まれたってのは本当ですか？
My former friend had become an entirely different man. And every thug in town was on the trail of the missing 10 billion yen. A war of succession took root in the Tojo clan. And I found myself caught up right in the middle of it. I placed my trust in Kazuma-san and went looking for Yumi. Somehow she was connected to everything. But I didn't find her. I found a little girl all alone. Her name was Haruka. At the time, she was only 9 years old. Yet this brave little girl had come to the city all by herself, determined to find her mother. We'd met by pure chance, but as it just so happened, there was one thing we had in common.
お前、どうするんだこれから？
私にはお母さんとユミお姉ちゃんだけだから。
Yumi?
This girl, in search of her mother, knew Yumi, who I sought out. Rather than coincidence, Perhaps it was fate that brought Haruka and I together in our search. However... Before we realized what was happening, the clan started chasing after Haruka, believing she was the key to the 10 billion yen. Every day saw a new threat. I followed Yumi and the 10 billion's trail, while protecting Haruka the best I could. Along the way, in all of the chaos, I ended up crossing paths with a police detective. Makoto Date, formerly a Division 1 cop. He had interrogated me after I took the fall for my brother, and his life fell to pieces afterward. To put his career back on track, he asked me to cooperate with his investigation.
Kiryu, 俺は今三代目の世良の殺しを追ってる。手貸せ。
A former Yakuza partnered with a cop on the same case. It made for an odd sight, to say the least. But as time passed, we grew closer and became fast friends. But then...
Kiryu Kazuma! 誘拐の現行犯として逮捕する。
Sudo, the chief of Division 1, closed in on us.
だってさ。ああ、遅くなって悪かったな。あんた、こんなことしたら。逃げるぞ、桐生。
And although Date-san belonged to the police force, he ultimately chose Haruka and me over his own career. The closer we got to the truth, the more people stood in our way, hindering our investigation. A direct Tojo clan patriarch after the 10 billion, Futoshi Shimano. As well as the man who was acting captain of the Shimano family, Goro Majima. Every fight against these hardened Yakuza veterans was even more fierce than the last. Even Sohei Dojima's widow, Yayoi, confronted me over the loss of her husband after his murder. And the words she spoke to me that day weighed heavy on my heart. But through it all, some were steadfast in their support. Kazuki, the owner of Stardust, the host club. Yuya, a host who works there. Terada from the Omi Alliance. The people Kazuma-san led me to gave me the courage to press on. But there was one man in particular who would end up bringing Haruka and me closer to the truth.
Kiryu Kazuma. 出所早々派手にやってるみてえだな。
They called him the Florist of Sai. A legendary information dealer who worked in Kamurocho's underground.
出るぞ、桐生。セレナの映像だ。
His intelligence revealed that there was a mastermind controlling everything from the shadows.
花屋によるとこいつは政府の地下組織、内閣府の地下組織 MIA ってのがな。
The Tojo clan's missing 10 billion turned out to be the work of a single politician. His name was Kyohei Jingu. He had embezzled the missing 10 billion yen through the Tojo clan's reserves. And he would go on to use it as a source of income for years on end. To prevent Kyohei Jingu from gaining too much influence in the Tojo clan, the 10 billion yen was stolen yet again. And the people behind it?
Kazuma. 金を盗んだのはユミと俺とセラなんだ。
We had finally uncovered the truth behind the money. However...
Haruka! おやっさん
Kazuma-san risked his own life to protect Haruka from Shimano.
許してくれ、カズマ。お前の親殺したのは俺なんだ。
いいんだ。いいんだ、おやさん。俺にとっちゃ、おやさんが本当の親父でした。
He confessed his long-held secret regarding my past, and then took his last breath. After finally learning the truth, Haruka and I picked up the money's trail and made our way out to the Millennium Tower. There, we found Yumi waiting for us. It turned out, the mother Haruka had been searching for was Yumi all along. Though it was a joyful reunion, the happiness only lasted a moment before it all fell apart.
なんだ。
Kyohei Jingu had returned, determined to take back his 10 billion yen. He planned to cut ties with the Tojo clan, join hands with the Omi alliance from Kansai, and ultimately unite Japan's political and criminal worlds under his control. He sprung a trap on one of Kazuma-san's allies, Terada, the Omi chief of HQ, then bared his fangs at us. However...
何？ユミ。
もうこれであなたは私を撃てない。これが爆発すれば店の中にある100億も一緒に消えてなくなる。
Because of Yumi's courage risking her own life, and the ideals Kazuma-san passed down to me.
俺は東上界4代目桐生一馬だ。
We were able to take down Jingu once and for all. But right when we thought everything was finally over, who should walk in but him?
終わったか。これでようやく落ち着けるな、錦。
Over the course of a decade, the two of us had both changed. Fighting was the only answer we had left. So, we fought. In the end, I watched my best friend give up his own life to save me and Haruka. Kazuma-san, Yumi, and Nishikiyama. I'd lost my entire family, as well as my hope for the future.
ふざけるな。お前の戦いはまだ終わってねえはずだ。かけがえのねえものを守り続けろ。逃げるんじゃねえ。
The only way I managed to escape that despair was thanks to Date-san and Haruka. As for the succession of the Tojo clan, I entrusted it to Terada to uphold Kazuma-san's ideals and said farewell to the Tojo clan. With my past behind me, I started a new life with Haruka. December 2005. After the incident with the 10 billion yen, I peace and quiet. We had our ups and downs, but we did our best to support each other. I couldn't take losing any more loved ones. Unfortunately, I couldn't give her the peaceful life we both wanted, because when we visited the graves of our loved ones, the next chapter in our struggle began.
実は近江連合の合田会長と杯を交わそうと思っております。杯?
After I stepped down, I appointed Terada as the Tojo clan's 5th chairman. To avoid a war with the largest Yakuza group in Western Japan, the Omi Alliance. Terada was considering a truce and sought out my advice. Though, he never got the chance to broker peace. Terada was shot. As he struggled to remain conscious, with his last breath, he asked me to carry out the truce with the Omi Alliance in his place. The Tojo clan had grown weak, but Terada had been a beacon of hope. His loss could prove fatal for the organization. I was left with no choice but to return to Kamurocho. And to protect the Tojo clan, there was someone I had to meet with. He was a young man, and an active member of my former organization.
登場会に戻ってくれ。お前が必要だ。
If negotiations with the Omi went sideways, I knew for a fact that I'd be a dead man. So I thought, if anything were to happen to me, the only one I'd trust to run the Tojo clan would be none other than Daigo.
1年前組をめちゃくちゃにしたのはあんただろうが。そうだ。だから俺はその責任を取りに来た。
But
登場会を頼む。ダメだ。俺も行く。何？俺はな、関西に借りがあるんだよ。大悟。何を言おうが無駄だ。たとえあんたが行かなくても、俺は行くぜ。
And with that, Daigo and I left for Osaka to negotiate a truce between the Tojo clan and the Omi. Sotenbori, Osaka.